Okay, for today's project, I'm going to try to repot and separate this Majesty palm. We got it from an estate sale. I'm not sure how long it's been living in this pot, but it's pretty big and it's been growing all right, but I suspect that it's root bound and probably wants a little bit more room to breathe. So this is my first time repotting one of these bad boys, but we're about to give it a shot. For our repots, I'm going to use a soil mixture. I've got this Mix Row Cactus Palm and Citrus. I'm going to mix a little bit of this moisture control potting mix as well. I've also got some perlite, and then probably add some rocks to the bottom of the pots to help with drainage. And they were out of rooting powder, but they've got this Super Thrive vitamin that's supposed to help the roots grow big and strong, so we're going to have some really good plants coming. So before we begin the real nitty-gritty, we want to make sure that we have a good game plan. You can see all these different stalks rising up through this pot. Now, this is the first time I've actually repotted one of these, but I'm going to try to separate some of these root systems and put them into different pots. I've got 3 other pots over here, and I'm going to reuse this pot as well. So I'm going to try to make up to 4 different plants, and that way they all have enough room for the roots to really grow out and grow to their full potential. Okay, so now we're going to try to get the palm out of the pot without beating it up too much. That's the name of the game. I'm going to try to loosen it up, anchor onto a strong stem, and roll the pot around and try to just work it out as gently as we can without knocking off all of our leaves. This bad boy. You can already tell. See all those roots on the side? He is not happy. Okay, I've chosen to do this over the dirt patch in my yard because I don't want to kill my grass with all the excess soil. If you have a pressure washer, it works best, but if not, a hose, the strong jet will also help. I'm going to spray water on these roots and try to break them all up. Okay, so now we're to the hard part of splitting this dude up. We can tell that he was root bound. You can see how the roots start to angle as they get farther down. They're trying to grow out, but the pot was preventing them. So it stifled the growth. We can also see the unsuccessful shoots in the middle that just died because there was nowhere for them to get the nutrients that they needed. So what we're gonna try to do is slowly work this root ball and untangle it, try to split these guys up from each other, and that way everybody will have a lot more room. Everybody will be a lot happier. What you want to do is just get your fingers in there. Start just really digging in, trying to break up anything that feels like it's stuck together. I want to try to rip off and destroy as little of these roots as we can. That way the tree will have a good start whenever it's replanted. But we've got to get them all separated. They are tightly packed in there. I feel like I have a lot of the clusters in the middle kind of broken up now. Kind of getting my fingers in there as deep as I really can. I'm trying not to put too much force. Trying more just to gyrate. You can see these roots working themselves loose. Oh, sorry about that. That's not a bad start, huh? Okay, so here we are. Got the 2 adult stems. This one looks like I can break it up into 3 small plants. Each node has a successful stem on it, so I think it's gonna come back just fine. This one is actually U'd right here, and so I'm very apprehensive about cutting that up. I don't want to stress it too much, so I'll probably leave that right here. We have 2 unsuccessful nodes. They're probably trash, but I put them in some water just to see how they do. If they try to bounce back, then I'll get some more pots and try to give them a new home and see what they do. But we're gonna split this guy up. it's going to be 4 scoops of the palm mix, 2 scoops of the moisture control, and 1 scoop of perlite. The moisture control's already got some perlite in it, but I'm just going to make sure that it has extra drainage. Everybody's going to be real happy. Okay, so we've got our soil mixture set up. I've got the pots filled about 1/3 of the way full. What I'm going to do is going to lower these palms into it and then fill in the dirt around the roots. Pack it in, make sure there's plenty of space in there for the roots to grow and breathe. We've got plenty of perlite, very good mixture. I think it's going to be successful. Got some rocks in there too at the bottom to help for drainage, which is important. Chloe approves. Here we are. We are done. Everybody's got a new home. Everybody's gonna be nice and happy. Grow a lot bigger than they have been. And we'll see how they take.